You are now listening to Mike's Opinion, Logic Unleashed.
That's right. You are now listening to and watching the Mike's Opinion podcast. Let's get straight to it. Well, hold on. I always want to know how you doing. I'm a little excited. How are you doing? I hope you're doing all right. Let me know. Hit me up, Mike's Opinion Show at gmail.com or anywhere on the socials. But yo, oh, snap! Oh, snap. In case you haven't heard, if you don't know, it's just breaking news right now. Biden is out. Kamala's in. President Joe Biden said, I'm out. After the debate, after saying I ain't going nowhere, after stumbling up the steps, after not remembering stuff, after showing his age, he finally conceded and said, yo, let Kamala do this next time. I'm going to hold it down until till January, really, when the next president is sworn in. But I'm out after that. I'm not trying to do this again. I'm not trying to run for re-election again. And look, sometimes people be wondering if this is real, if it's the Matrix or whatever it is. But look, up until recently, Joe, just a few days ago, Joe was like, yo, I'm not going nowhere. I'm in here. I'm still got it. And people was like, yo, Joe, give us the keys to the car, man. You ran your car through the post office window, yo. You backed up when you should have went forward. You can't drive no more. It's time to catch Uber or call one of your homies or something because you can't drive the presidential car no more. And as a dude in my 50s, and I know I'm looking, when you get older and you realize certain stuff, and I'm not really there yet because I still feel good, healthy, strong. Wifey be like, yeah, I see her looking at you. But, when you 80 something, I think Biden is 81, and you think in 4 more years, and you already can't remember shit, you bugging, and your age is showing. When I get to that point, I hope I have the personal strength, personal courage to face if I deteriorate like that. If my mental fitness, my physical whatever ain't up to par, I hope I can say, yo, I'm going to just sit down. I ain't never going to be too old to pod, though. I'm going to be right here. I do on the day. But, yo, I just wanted to hop in. I don't even drop till Wednesday. Wednesday at noon, every Wednesday at noon is when I drop. Noon Central Time. It's 1 o'clock on the 1 o'clock on the East Coast, 10 o'clock a.m. on the West Coast. But plenty of pods for you to dig into until the new one drops. But I think this is episode 200. I'm coming up 198. I think this is. But in case you didn't know, you're gonna hear it. It's gonna be big news. It's gonna run the news cycle all week. It's gonna run. Joe Biden dropped out of the race for re-election. First incumbent president to do so. First president to drop out due to his mental fitness. There's a couple others. I'll get into that in just a second. But he endorses Kamala. Does the Democratic Party endorse Kamala? Does Kamala Harris, is she automatically a shoo-in? How you feel about that? Let me know. Mike's Opinion Show at gmail.com. Hit me up on any of the socials. I don't know. It's turmoil. Who's going to be her running mate? Huh? Oh, let me know. Who do you think her running mate should be? Should it be Hillary, the WW, the women, boom, boom, boom. Who else is out there? Should she grab my man from the Independent Party, Kennedy, or Cornel West? Nah, not Cornel. I mean, I got all kind of love for Cornel, but you just ain't that. I don't think. Cut the hair, maybe the image, but anyway, who else do you think would make a good either president? Because like I said, I don't know if the Democratic Party can be like, hold on, Joe. We don't think Kamala's it. We don't think she can beat Trump. And speaking of Trump, yo, they are riding the momentum from the assassination attempt. And I can't say that I blame them. If I was a party strategist, I'm rocking that. A lot of people are claiming it was stay. I'm not claiming it was stay. I don't know. I don't know. I said this in a previous episode, recent previous episode. Go check that out. Yo, I'm not all the political dude or the newsy dude or the gossip dude, but this kind of national major shit intrigues me. It intrigues me because I thought they was rocking with him, but they said behind the scenes, former President Barack Obama, and everybody. Just recently today, Representative Joe Manchin said, "Yo, I'm not. Biden needs to drop out," and the chorus has been growing. It's been getting more and more members saying, "Biden, bounce. You got to go. You can't beat Trump." And they already had a debate. That's how they were sticking behind Biden. And that debate, I don't think it was as much as a disaster. Disaster is maybe the right word, but I saw enough cognitive ability that they could have propped him up long enough. But when was they gonna pull the plug? After he won, if he won? Or if he failed, everybody would have blamed him. So who knows if they forced him? Like, I imagined the scenario where they sat Joe in the chair, maybe like 4 or 5, the closest people, Barack Obama, Kamala, and said, "Joe, we're just going to ask you 10 questions. What time is it? Quick. How old are you? Quick. What's the name of your dog? Quick." And like Joe was like, and he couldn't answer. And they're like, "You can't answer 10 questions. You can't run the country no more." Now, well, November's the election. January was when the new president is sworn in. It's July. And if you saying I can't run for re-election, is he going to make it through the rest of this presidency until January? So far, that's what they're saying. But should Kamala step in now and take the reins, get a little presidential practice? That's what I'm thinking. If I'm a strategist, if I'm on the Democratic team, I'm just like, yo, all right, we got him to bow out. He's not reelected. We need Kamala to get ramped up and on deck if that's going to be the case. You know what I'm saying? But once again, do they have an emergency election? If they slide Kamala into the presidential role right now, who's the VP? Who's the VP? They got to do a quick, emergency election. Some of this shit I would imagine is unprecedented. But yeah, I know I always do a little preparation. This was quick, but I want to let you know that this has happened before. Harry S. Truman and Lyndon B. Johnson both announced in the spring of 1952 and 1968, respectively, that they would not seek re-election because they had subpar results in the New Hampshire primary. This was before the primary. All right. So Truman's announcement came March 29th, 1952, during a nationwide broadcast in Washington, which was 297 days before the end of his term. 297 days. It's a long time. They gave plenty of time. The Democrats eventually nominated Illinois Governor Adlai Stevens, who lost to Republican Dwight Eisenhower. We all know Eisenhower was the president. And then back on March 31st, 1968, President Johnson announced that he would not seek re-election in a televised address from the White House 295 days from the end of his term. And he endorsed Vice President Hubert Humphrey, who eventually won the Democratic nomination that year, but he lost to Nixon. So is this completely unprecedented? No, but because of the reasons, how it's going down, and that happened a long time ago when it did happen. So in recent history, hey, whoa, They broke this on a Sunday afternoon, so we know it's going to be bananas. The Trump squad, excuse me, the Republicans are going to have a field day. And this is going to add to their momentum. So the Democrats better come strong. In that last episode that I talked about, it was the episode before this one or the episode before that one. I said I didn't know if I was going to vote. And I said, I'm having thoughts because I'm not voting for Trump and I can't in confidence vote for Biden. But because of the history of being a black man in the United States and the people that have lost their lives, blood, sweat, tears, lives, just so I would have the right to vote, I feel obligated, like I had to vote. Now, it seems like we got two better candidates, but I also talked about swag. You know how you step in a room like, what? I think, even though I don't really rock with her like that, because she used to prosecute my peoples, Kamala was a prosecutor back in the day, but she's younger. She's a female. She's black. I mean, kinda, but she seems like she could have that swag potential. I've watched her do what they call word salad. Sometimes Kamala seems like she's medicated. I don't know, speculating, but it doesn't seem like she's as sharp. Well, now she's going to have to step up to the forefront, to that primetime role. Let's see what she got. And like I said, maybe it's all kind of chaos going on in the back and behind the scenes in the Democratic Party, because maybe they like, hold up. Because power corrupts, absolute power corrupts absolutely. And everybody's like, me, I could be president. Me. Hold on, Kamala, just because you're the VP and Biden bounced and endorsed you, don't mean that you automatically going to get the rock, yo. Pass the rock. Maybe it's somebody else. Currently, I'm thinking of prominent Democrats. Michelle Obama. Michelle says she ain't never running. She don't want to go back to the White House. But I think if she joined the ticket, I think that's Kamala Michelle. Oh, snap! Oh, Barack will be back in the White House as Mr. VP. Oh, what? Yo, they got a lot of directions they could go where I could see they could really bang, boom, boom this and knock it out the park. Or they could just completely flub this. This is a flub, like I said. So I just wanted to chime in with a brief episode in case you didn't know. President Joe Biden is not running for re-election. And he has endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris. What you think? Oh, snap. It's getting bananas out here. It's getting bananas. Yo. As always, I hope you're doing okay. I'm still going to drop a fresh episode for this Wednesday, so don't worry. I'm going to be back. If you got an idea for my Wednesday episode, chime in. I always welcome your feedback, your participation. Of course, like, share, comment, follow, subscribe. Do that. Got a few pennies. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, GoFundMe is out there. Light me up. Help me support this show. Help me grow this show. It would be greatly appreciated as always. I hope that you are doing all right. I hope you're doing okay out there. Stay safe. I'm Mike. This is the Mike's Opinion Podcast. Thank you so much for listening and for watching.
Thank you so much for listening to Mike's Opinion. Logic Unleashed.